Welcome to the deep dive. We're looking at a really interesting intersection today, these two huge shifts hitting organizations all at once.
Right. You've got the whole post-COVID demand for flexible work arrangements.
And then bam, Industry 4.0, 5.0 tech is just accelerating like crazy.
Exactly. So the sources we looked at try to unpack, what does it actually take for an organization to navigate both of these successfully?
What's the secret sauce, basically?
Well, the research gives it a name, dual transformation capability, or DTC.
Okay, DTC.
It's essentially an organization's knack for handling both spatial flexibility and adopting advanced tech simultaneously.
Yeah.
Can't really treat them as separate issues anymore.
Makes sense. And the study found organizations are kind of falling into 4 different camps based on this.
That's right. 4 strategic postures. The biggest group, nearly 38.4%, are low on flexibility, low on tech adoption. Kind of stuck.
Okay, that's a lot of companies.
Then you have 2 middle groups. Technocentric, they've got the tech, but not much flexibility. That's about 24.6%. And flexible conventional, they offer flexibility, but they're lagging on the tech side. About 19.8% there.
Which leaves the last group.
The integrated transformation group. High flexibility, high tech. But here's the kicker. It's only 17.2% of organizations.
Wow. Okay, so barely 1 in 6 have managed to integrate both. That seems low.
It is low, and that's the core finding, really. Building that integrated capability, that DTC, is clearly the winning strategy, but it's proving difficult.
So why is it the winning strategy? What's the payoff?
Well, the data's pretty clear. Organizations that had that integrated posture and strong DTC just perform better, consistently.
Better how? Like in what ways?
Specifically, the study found really strong links between DTC and talent retention.
Okay, that's huge right now.
Huge. The beta value was 0.42, which is statistically very significant. Also, innovation capacity, that was 0.38.
And the bottom line?
Yep, financial performance too, with a beta of 0.29. So this isn't just, a nice to have, it's driving measurable results.
Okay, so if you want those results, how do you actually build this DTC thing?
The research points to 3 key components. First is structural integration.
Meaning?
Things like setting up joint committees, getting HR and IT leaders in the same room, making decisions together, forcing that collaboration.
Breaking down the silos.
Exactly. Second is process alignment, making sure work just flows, whether someone's in the office, remote, or hybrid. Seamless physical and digital processes.
Right.
And the third, maybe the trickiest, is cultural coherence, ensuring the employee experience feels consistent and fair no matter where or how they work.
That cultural piece sounds critical. The research mentions something about dual literacy.
Yeah, that came from a case study, Global Finance. They found success when leaders could basically speak each other's languages.
So like the HR boss understanding tech.
Precisely. You have the CHRO talking about API architecture, how systems connect. And just as important, the CIO was deeply involved in discussions about culture, about employee well-being.
So it's a truly shared understanding and mission?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not just about having the fanciest tech. There was another interesting case, Oceaniedu.
They were in the flexible conventional group, right? High flexibility, but lower tech.
Correct. And they still had strong talent outcomes. Why? Because their cultural coherence was exceptional. It actually compensated for their, let's say, less sophisticated tech setup.
So culture can make up for tech limitations to some extent.
It shows DTC isn't purely about budget, that internal alignment is crucial. But this whole shift isn't without friction. There are some serious ethical concerns emerging.
Like the 2-tier workforce issue.
Exactly. A huge number, 76.3% of organizations surveyed, were worried about this growing gap between knowledge workers who often get flexibility.
And frontline workers who simply can't work remotely.
Right. It creates this perception of unfairness, potentially breeding resentment.
And there's another tension too, isn't there, around monitoring?
Flexibility is great, but it bumps up against the desire for control. The survey found 63.7% of organizations are using some kind of digital monitoring for remote staff.
Over 60%. That definitely raises questions about trust and, actual autonomy.
It's a real balancing act.
So wrapping this up, the big takeaway seems to be it's not just about going remote or just buying new tech.
No, it's the integration,
Yeah.
systematically blending the two. And that requires consciously building this dual transformation capability.
It's a deliberate effort?
Absolutely. And context matters too. The Nordic countries, for example, had the highest rates of integrated transformation, over 36%.
Why is that?
Likely because they have strong digital infrastructure and national policies that already support flexible work. The environment helps.
Which leads to a final thought for you listening. Considering your own context, your industry, your region, what specific institutional factor or maybe cultural norm is the biggest barrier right now? What's stopping your organization from really pursuing that integrated path and maybe pushing you towards being mainly technocentric or flexible conventional instead? Something to think about.